live and direct from Trentonian.com. My man Joey called me, so of course I'm going to respond. Got my main man,
Sure.
on the square, Dashir Foskey. He's graduated of Trenton Central High School.
1996.
All right, and we're going to talk to him a little bit about the relationship book he has out now, and the work that he's doing, where he's looking to go with it, and some of the phenomenal things that he's doing for himself, certainly in the community, the music industry, and all the work that he's working on presently.
Yeah.
How you been, bro?
I'm doing good. As I said, it's a good Friday, of course.
Okay.
Literally and figuratively. And just got finished doing an interview with Kel Ramos for Trentonia.
Okay.
Local director. Now I'm here,
Okay.
I'm show doing that, and the weeks is a blur. But
Nice.
But I'm always moving, just always trying to find some different ways to, excel and keep people motivated and,
Nice.
just push forward.
Yeah, I always enjoy your energy, bro. You bring a different perspective to the table, and what I enjoy most is you have an informed, educated position. And whatever it is you're talking about, you can always tell you've done your due diligence and research. And I always gravitate to that, because at least when you know you're talking to Sheer, you better be on point. I take pride with that. So you have the relationship book that's out.
The relationship guidebook, it was written by myself and
Okay.
Jamala Kidd, both born and raised in Trenton, New Jersey.
Okay.
Love Trenton, New Jersey.
Okay.
We wrote this book because after years of conversations with other people,
Right.
and between us, we started to realize we found similarities in what people were going through.
Okay.
And from there, we started formulating ideas.
Nice.
Just to basically talk about what we feel are major issues.
Okay.
Like people don't know how to break up.
Nice.
So we have a chapter that's called The Art of Breaking Up.
Okay.
Where we basically talk about everything from, detoxifying after a relationship
Wow.
to how soon should you be friends after a relationship.
Right.
Just different aspects. We have a chapter called Status Symbol,
Okay.
where we talk about single, dating, exclusive, and marriage.
Okay.
And from each point, we tell you whether you have an obligation or not.
Wow. Okay.
So we want people to actually know rules, because we're not giving rules.
I agree.
We just kind of go right into it. So people will be like, okay, so who is this book for?
Right.
I'm like, the first time your child goes out on a date, they need this book.
I agree.
Because we wrote it in a way that is not vulgar.
Okay.
Doesn't talk about sex at all.
Nice.
Because, that's just, you can have sex, you meet somebody at a bar.
Right.
You don't need a guide for that.
Right.
But if you're trying to, build something,
Right.
then, it's good to be able to come into a situation where everything is honest.
I agree.
Where everything is just forthright.
Okay.
So we're putting together this book. It's 10,000 words long.
Okay.
Right to the point. You can sit down with it and have it done in like 2 hours.
Nice.
A good 2-hour read.
Nice.
But we made it an e-book
Okay.
so that people can keep it on them.
Right.
They can have it in their iPhones, their Kindles, their iPads, wherever
Okay.
they are. Maybe they might want to pull it out
Right.
and see if they're in a situation that they can be able to get
Nice.
something out of it.
Nice. So it's almost as if it's a blueprint
Pretty
for
much.
success itself, and I think life itself is based on relationships.
Oh,
And
yes.
a large part of why many people from our community, specifically Trenton, fail
Mhm.
in life is because they don't understand the importance and the appreciation of relationships.
Yeah.
Kind of parallel the two, and where you're kind of going with this, and what you'd like to do with the book in regards to the human dynamic in relationships.
Well, what happens is that, we're trained how to become friends in a sandbox.
Okay.
Like nursery school.
Okay.
You're told by your parent to go out there and make friends.
Right.
You're not told by your parent what type of friends to make.
Okay.
You're not told by your parents this is what you should look out for. Are you sharing your lunch? Are they sharing bags?
Right.
Those little things. Are you trading your sandwich for like a candy bar?
Right.
Because we kind of learned early how to
Relationships.
either be good
Right.
or to quote unquote be bad.
Right.
To be a hustler. Hustlers learn early.
I agree.
We don't learn it late.
Right.
So just the dynamic of honesty, the dynamic of being able to come into something new.
Right.
That, we have experience, but we should allow that experience to push us forward and
I
not
agree.
necessarily let the past be what hinders us
Okay.
from making a good situation.
I like
So
that.
even with, friendships, business, when business has to be done, it has to be done.
I agree.
You're not always going to be the best of friends.
No.
But if you can come together I do my part, you do yours. We can shake hands after it, and might not even like each other when we walk away from each other. However, you make a call next week and say, yo, let's work together. We did a good job.
Right.
Yes, let's do that. So building relationships isn't always just saying that we have to be the best of friends.
I got you.
Or that it's always a positive situation.
Right.
Because it's what we create.
Okay.
Some people like to argue all the time.
No, we were talking about that earlier.
And some people want that. Like, you need somebody who's going to challenge you.
Right.
You know, so get someone who's going to challenge you.
Okay.
You know, don't create that person that's going to challenge you.
I agree.
And that's what we often do in relationships, and that's why a lot of them fail. I mean, divorce rates at 65%.
No, that's powerful. And I think a lot of what you're talking about, let's bring it home to the young a little bit for a minute. We're talking relationships. I have a lot of people coming from Trent have a negative stigma attached to themselves, their ideology, and there's such a concentrated apathy here, as if somebody owes somebody something.
Oh yeah, that
You're a profound writer, you're a profound interviewer. You've dealt with some of the major people in the entertainment business, but people think overnight you did that. What we look to do here with Trentonian.com and the work we're doing is to make sure we understand the process. Talk a little bit about how you use school and your education, your experiences to get to where you are in terms of interviewing, the relationships you've established, how they're helping you move forward in life and what you're doing with that. So young people watch it can understand there's no instant, not even an instant coffee.
Well, what happens is that you know, the reason why I feel like I'm such pretty much using your word, you know, pretty much a freedom fighter in the city.
Okay.
Is because I realize that there are a lot of mistakes that we make early that really kind of sets us back that we may never be able to get back from. I started out as the same MC back in 96, 97, 98.
Right.
I didn't go to college because I wanted to rap.
Right.
You know, if I had somebody over top of me saying, well, hey, go to college, maybe you can take a radio course,
right,
maybe you can take a business course, maybe you can do these to be able to put around what you're trying to do,
right,
then I wouldn't have lost those years
that
I lost. So a lot of times when I do these career meetings with youth,
right,
I'm basically telling them, look, find your talent.
Right.
Find your way. What makes you work? What's your passion?
No doubt.
So my passion has always been writing.
Okay.
High school, hundreds, and all my English courses.
Right.
You know, so, but I always linked that to rapping. I never linked it to journalism.
Okay.
Until later on in life. And, you know, maybe when I was 25, 26, I had a mentor.
Okay.
That, you know, he gave me 300 of his email contacts at that time.
Okay.
He was like, yo, send your opinion out to me. You have pretty good opinions on music. You have pretty good opinions on sports and life. Send your opinions out.
Okay.
One of the people returned, you know, an email to me. He was like, would you like to write for my website?
Wow.
You know, so from there I went from interviewing local artists that they had to going to events and networking. Always have business cards.
Nice.
You know, very important. I still have them. I still keep them. You know, next thing I know, I'm in a room with Jagged Edge and John Legend.
Nice.
You know, John Legend at the piano, Jagged Edge singing.
Nice.
You know, and they're feeding us, and we're drinking, and we're talking. You know, and I'm just like, wow, I'm doing everything that I wanted to do, and I'm not even on that path anymore.
Right.
Now I'm around it, and I can actually see the stress on the artist, because this being great, there's a lot of stress that goes into it.
Right.
Songwriting, performing. So as I continue to grow and build my name, I wanted to do everything.
Right.
People will tell me now, like, Deshair, what are you doing now? What are you doing? Everything.
Right.
You have to. Whatever your passion is going to take you, you have to get into it. But then you also have to share it. So what got me to this point is being humble. People say it, but it's like really being humble.
Right.
You know, I remember one of the stories I like telling is Hurricane Katrina.
Okay.
When that happened, the BET telethon that was in CBS Studios in New York.
Okay.
I was late because I couldn't find it. You know, I hate being late.
Right.
I'm normally an hour early. You know, you can actually tell me I was here like at 4:10. You know, but I walk into the elevator. Jay-Z walks in. And then Diddy walks in.
Wow.
So I'm sitting on the elevator with $600 million around.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying nothing because there's nothing I can say to
right.
where they got to.
Right.
But even got to was a process.
That's right.
You know, we got off the elevator, cameras flashing. I'm trying to get out the way. I ain't know. I'm not Jay.
Right.
I'm not dumb. But it's like, by changing my path, I got around everybody that I wanted to be around.
Right.
And I was finally just happy doing what I was doing.
Nice.
So writing the relationship guidebook is just a progression
Okay.
of what I've always been doing since
Okay.
I was a kid. You know, so I just like to tell people, look, we know that every journey begins with one step,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to take that step every
agree.
time.
I agree.
Your view is going to change every time you take a step.
Right.
Your perspective is going to change every mile.
Right.
So it's all progression.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
so it's very important. I just picked up another writing job 2 days ago. Now I'm writing for MadameNoir.com, which is a predominantly African American female site, and I'm one of the only male writers for it.
Nice.
But
Congratulations.
but that came from the relationship guidebook.
Okay.
And it was like, do you want to do it? Yeah.
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 No, definitely. And I remember something you put, actually you tweeted a few weeks ago, and I retweeted. It was very important. How to understand to use the social media as a tool to enhance yourself and your skill set, and as you and I always say, our brand.
Yeah.
Instead of always just being out here searching around, playing around for fun. Talk a little bit about that, because young people are just infatuated with the social network, and I don't think they understand how to use it.
They don't understand the power
Right.
in using it. Most, especially, you know, for trend in our demographic,
Right.
you know, African American teens lead in percentage of all top trending
Nice.
on Twitter.
Right.
They create all the top trending hashtags.
Nice.
So they're setting the trend.
Right.
The hashtag is very important. That's the pound sign with whatever comes after it.
Okay.
So I like to tell people, like we have Poetison every Monday night, our poetry show.
Right.
So when you click on that, you can see all our old poems.
Okay.
So even with the Trentonian hashtag, every time you use that, people click on it and they can see all the information for the entire day.
Oh, nice.
You know, so you know you got your Freedom Show, Freedom TV can
Right.
be your hashtag.
Okay, I
You
got
know,
you.
and that way, if people want to know anything about it, you leave them the hash.
Right.
So that they can be able to click on it and get information on it.
Okay.
So it's very important to use hashtags. It's very important to follow what you're into.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and what happens is people kind of get a little bit twisted on their use. Everybody has their own use for Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
But it can easily become MySpace or Facebook.
I agree.
Where it becomes just a relationship. It's not a dating site.
No.
People are making millions of dollars on Twitter. It's not a relationship dating
You're right.
site.
You're right.
It's an information site.
It is.
You know, so that's the way people have to use it. I mean, if you want to use it for relationships, fine. You know, we got a link.
Yeah.
Relationship guidebook, buy it.
Yeah.
But people are trying to find people.
Right.
You know, eHarmony, do that. You know, Facebook. Everyone, if you got a brand, if you got a company, if you're an artist, if you're a chef, everyone should have a fan page.
I agree.
We all should have a like page that people can click on, because retweets are money, followers are money, Facebook likes are money.
Right.
You know, and we have to look at it that way. When
Right.
You're building your brand, and now you see Beyonce with 4 million followers. Every time she tweets, she gets paid.
Right.
Kim Kardashian, 7 million. Rihanna, 9 million. Every time they tweet anything, they get paid. So people should look at Twitter as another revenue stream if
Right.
they use it properly.
Right. But that's
You
the
know.
science too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes.
I think one of the things that I really respect about you, amongst the other things, is your continual love to give back and teach. You were just talking a little earlier about teaching and showing the relationship book in some aspects to the younger people. Talk a little bit about that, the young ones you went and spoke to. What was the conversation about, and what are you looking to do to help develop this lost generation? I love them to death, but they are lost, and we have to go get them.
Well, it's mentality. We both know that
Right.
it all starts with mentality, and everybody has their own way of going about it.
Right.
I talked at the Youth Advocate program over in Lower Ferry,
Okay.
and these kids, they're so explosive with personality and drive, and you can see what they're taught early. You know, it's like a little guy that was like maybe 7 years old.
Right.
All he talked about was money.
Yeah.
You saw he was a young hustler.
Mm-hmm.
But what kind of bothered me is if he's not led properly, he'll be on the block.
Yes.
No doubt about it.
Nope, I agree.
He was asking, "Can I buy your book?" I was like, "It's only digital." He pulled out like a few dollars, like they were rolled up. You know, and it was just like, "Yo, keep your money, man."
Right,
you know, I'm having conversations with him like, "Yo, you cool, you got a lot of energy to you, but we got to redirect it."
Right.
You know, there was a young lady that wants to be a sports broadcaster.
Okay.
And I'm honestly believing that maybe I was one of the first people that said that she can be one.
Right.
Instead of just saying, you don't see many African American people do it. You know, you might see Pam Oliver or somebody
Right.
like that, but you don't see many. I was like, well, after you watch a game, have you ever thought about doing a YouTube of yourself talking about a game that you just watched? And she was like, no. I was like, you can do that now.
Right.
You don't have to wait for college.
Right.
And that's the point, really talking to them about these skills that you have. You don't have to wait to go to college to see if you like it.
Right.
You
And
know?
to see if it can be lucrative for you.
Exactly. I
Okay.
mean, especially when you're young and you're doing it.
Right.
In most cases, it is more lucrative because you're young
Okay.
and you're a broadcaster.
Right.
You know, she's 11, 12 years old, but she can go to a Trenton High School game,
Right.
have a camera person,
Mhm.
you know, do a little recap of the game, and then maybe even get an interview from one of the players. She
Okay.
can do all of these things now, ambition,
Okay.
you know, and being assertive. So I just feel like there's a lot of people that are just waiting to hear something
Okay.
so that they can be able to be like, I
Yeah.
got it.
I got you.
You know, so I have the Monday morning motivation letter that I send out.
Okay.
That's you can text to share. That's DESHAIR
Okay.
to 55469. I send that out 8 a.m. every Monday morning.
Right.
I have people that have been following it for like the past 2 years.
Nice.
They swear by it. They use it. Even with my the Tumblr, the Sheriffosky at Tumblr.com. All of my Monday morning motivations go up there.
Okay.
Young lady Tanya Beardsley, she's actually an international Zumba instructor
Right.
that I met in New York.
Okay.
She loved it so much, she actually tweeted it out to her 20,000 fans Monday
Nice.
morning. I got like 100 extra people to follow me
Nice.
because she said that this is what she reads to start her week.
Nice.
And sometimes we just need a kick, man. You know how it goes.
No,
man.
no, that's-
You've had conversations all the time with
Yeah.
people.
No.
And then you see them 6 months later, you're like, man, they got it.
No, it's right, bro. So wrapping up, let's talk a little bit about relationship book, relationship guide, I should say. Where you going with it? Where you and the co-author looking to go with it? How you looking to impact Trenton first, the global, Trenton going global next, because you always have to head it local first to qualify yourself, and then moving it forward. What are you guys looking to do with it? Where are you looking to take it? And what would you like to see young people grab a hold of once they read this, review it, and then apply?
Well, first of all, people can get the relationship guidebook on Amazon Kindle.
Okay.
They can just type it in. It's only $2.99. People have been asking, why is it that cheap? I'm
Right.
like, well, for one thing, it's digital. That's
Right.
one. Another thing, it's 10,000 words. So we get right to the point. And we just want to be able to share information. We don't judge anyone in the book. We want you to ask yourself questions.
Okay.
That's all we want you to do.
Okay.
Ask yourself the questions so that you can come to your own conclusion. And then from there, you don't have to feel like I done told you something.
Right.
And then you done went and, messed up your entire life. And don't know what you're going to do. So,
do the Steve Hart.
yeah.
Okay.
So me and Alamaj, we just hope with this book we're going to invest in it.
Okay.
Because that's most important. People need to know you have a dream. You must invest in it. You can't just think that someone else is going to come in and they're going to take your dream and make it into something great.
Okay.
You have to show them how important it is yourself by investing yourself. So we have a public relations, we have a literary agent that's working with us on the book. And we're going to put at least a year into this before we think about what the next one is going to be.
Okay.
What we hope for, just the whole Trenton going global movement, is just nothing more than getting everybody shaking hands. That's all.
That's powerful.
That's all. That's all. The city's too small.
It is.
It's too small.
To be this dysfunctional.
It's far too small, and the best of us must lead the rest of us. That's our message.
I like that.
So we're just doing that. We hope that people, you see each other, hey, what's going on? How you doing? Because I even learned. I buy books out of support, and I may not even read the book. but I'll
Right.
buy it out of support.
Right.
I hope that people would just shake hands out of support,
No, I
so
got
that
you.
you don't have to have that issue that comes bloom later
Yeah.
on. You know, it's like, okay, yeah, you got my sister pregnant, fine. Okay, I'm angry with you. All right.
No, you're right.
But I'm
bro.
not going to cause an issue
Right.
because everybody knows everybody. So you would think even with that, people would calm
I say it
down.
every week. Matter of fact, I say it every Monday.
You know, so even with all of those things, we're just on this, we're on this path.
I got you, bro.
You know, we're driving, we're taking who want to come with us,
Okay.
and you know, it's just nice to see. I'm running to people at the Marriott. People come out of their way to shake hands,
Nice.
just to see how you doing.
No doubt.
You know, and just get them moving forward. So the relationship guidebook, once again, is $2.99. It's on Amazon, Kindle. We did submit it to Apple
Okay.
for iBooks, so we're waiting for that to go live. Once
Alright.
we do that, we'll promote it on our page.
Okay.
We have a co-sign from Dr. Cornell West for the book.
Nice.
We have a co-sign from Blogzilla, the sexual intellectual, who was
Okay.
Russell Simmons' right-hand man.
Okay.
We have co-signs from Miyasha, who's a you know, Essence best-selling author out in
Right.
West Philly.
Okay.
You know, so a lot of people have been banding behind the book,
Nice.
and I'm glad that they are because we're just hoping that we can just be an extension to that next book that someone else writes.
Okay.
You know, so we feel good
Good
about
job.
it.
So again, we want to thank the sheriff for coming on. You have his contact information. You can definitely catch him on. You want to give him contact information one more time?
Well, catch me on Twitter at the Share. That's at DESHAIR. You can also catch me on Facebook. I do have a DeShare Foskey page, but we also have the Relationship Guidebook page. Like that, we have contests going on, and we're going to be giving away an AMC movie pack, a gold pack. You know, costs a lot to watch movies in IMAX, so
Please.
we want to be able to at least cover part of that with the
Okay.
tickets. You know, and
All right.
you know, just basic, you know, movement. I appreciate, you know, Trent and Tony, and I appreciate you, Freedom, of course, for, you know, asking me to come on and be
No
able to
doubt.
talk about this because, I mean, we just feel that it's important. I just want to keep progressing, but I want the people around me to progress too.
All right. So definitely want to thank the sheriff for coming on. Certainly, he has a phenomenal tool to put in your hands, the Relationship Guidebook. Make sure you come out and support him. Use some of the information that he's giving out to help you support yourself and get off the sidelines and begin to relate in life in a different way. Start in Trenton, right in your home, right in your community. Be a little bit better, not bitter. We're going to work and turn this little city, capital city around and give us some energy. It's going to be real nice around here. So thanks, bro, for coming on.
Thank you for
Have a
having
great
me
day
on.
and keep pouring out that good energy and love. And you young people, take a testament to what's going on. He's a testimony to what you can do if you apply yourself to the process. Trenton going